Hey everyone, I'm back. I'm 44 years old and tomorrow I hit 38 weeks pregnant. So let me tell you how I got here naturally. So if you've been trying to get pregnant and you're starting to lose hope, this video is for you. Whether you're in your 20s, your 30s, or your 40s, getting pregnant can feel like an uphill battle no matter your age. And I want you to know, you are not alone. Even women in their prime baby-making years only have about 25% chance of getting pregnant each cycle. It's pretty darn low. So this really is a journey for all of us. But when you start supporting your body and your hormones, you can dramatically improve those odds and help your body do what it is designed to do. Now, if you've been told that you're too old, your chances are basically zero, or that you need to jump straight into meds and procedures, stick with me. I want to share my wild ride to give you real hope that your body is still completely capable. So when I was 41, I had my IUD removed. The second the OB-GYN pulled it out, she launched into the "at your age" speech and how low my chances were. It was full of scare tactics. She of course dropped the famous geriatric pregnancy. I already felt like there was no hope. I definitely left there crying. Now, we were in New Hampshire at the time, still traveling full-time in our van, but we were planning on making our way back to the West Coast, so we figured we would book an appointment at a fertility clinic over there. So we ended up booking one at a place called Poma in Seattle for November, secretly hoping we'd already be pregnant by then. Spoiler alert, we weren't. So labs came back looking pretty solid for both me and my husband Nate. Then they found a bunch of extra tissue in my uterus. Now, the doctor thought that it might have been from years of IUD use, who knows? But the good news was I'd been doing castor oil packs religiously for 6 months. So the tissue came out super easily. It's a little win for the natural stuff. Now, we tried a couple rounds of IUI at Poma. Unfortunately, one of the doctors there made the whole experience pretty unpleasant, so we switched to another fertility clinic called Overlake Reproductive Health, which I believe is now CCRM Fertility. So at that time, I was 42, and they were really pushing the "you need to start IVF yesterday" narrative. And honestly, we got sucked into the fear and the timeline like it was the only option. So we took the first step, which was birth control, to regulate my cycle. So they put me on the NuvaRing. Now, within 2.5 weeks, I felt terrible. I had daily sour stomach, I gained about 20 pounds, I was bloated everywhere, and my energy was in the toilet. I also basically looked like I was 5 months pregnant while not actually being pregnant. So I called the clinic to ask, are there any other options? And I got, unfortunately, one of the most rude, condescending nurses who helped Nate and I easily come to the decision that this was not for us. We were out. So it took my body about 6 months to feel normal again, to lose the weight, to get regular periods, and actually have true energy. And I felt like my body was basically saying, girl, what were you thinking? So I vowed to stick with what I knew and how I had typically lived my life, which was to stay as natural as possible and to listen to my body. Now, we kept trying and no results, so we decided maybe we should start the adoption process because that even has age limits, and I was reaching those age limits. So we did all the home visits, all the paperwork, we jumped through all the red tape, and we were officially approved in February of 2025. 3 days later, while we were in Tenerife doing massive bike rides and soaking up the sun, I found out I was pregnant. Of course, right? We were elated. We did it. Unfortunately, we lost that baby in May. It was heartbreaking, but it also gave us so much hope. My body could do it. After the loss, I doubled down on what I teach my clients, supporting my hormones how they're meant to be supported. So the first half of my cycle, I focus on foods and more intense movement to support estrogen.
It's my first big hill.
After ovulation, I took it easier to support progesterone. I also threw in an 85-hour water fast to optimize my cells and reset my body. And in August, a few months later, we got pregnant again. But this time, it stuck. So how did we actually get pregnant? Obviously, we had plenty of sex. But the bigger part was believing that it was possible. I had to trust my 43-year-old body instead of the medical narrative that kept telling me that I was too damn old. You're not too old. Your body is wiser than the doctors give it credit for. There is hope. In the next video, I'm going to share exactly how I supported my hormones naturally, The foods, the movement, the cycle syncing, all of it. If this resonates with you, drop your age or where you are in your journey in the comments below. Hit that like button for me and subscribe so that you don't miss the rest. I can't wait to keep sharing my journey with you. Here's to happy hormones, feeling amazing in your body, and loving your life. I'll see you in the next one.